Even though this year's presidential election is in the rearview mirror, chances are you or someone you know has been suffering from anxiety. But as Americans grow more anxious, a new trend, especially among younger Americans, is also growing. It's called doom spending. And it's the practice of spending money to soothe fears about broader issues like politics, international relations, or the economy. But even though they are spending more to make themselves feel better, 46% of millennials and Gen Z respondents say their spending is out of control. Here now to discuss this story is Chris Markowski, host of the Watchdog on Wall Street radio show and president of Markowski Investments. Thank you so much for joining us on the debrief. I mean, what is it about spending money that makes us feel better? On the debrief.
It beats me, Lauren, but let me tell you something. I hope my daughter's not watching, because when it comes finals week, she's going to start saying, Dad, I'm stressed out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to doom spend. So I don't want to see that happen. But yeah, retail therapy has always been a bit of a thing. And quite honestly, it's actually gotten worse, especially for younger generations. And it's not just about the election. It's their fears about being able to afford a home, affordability when it comes to food, their ability to get ahead, to find a job. What we're seeing people do is almost give up to some degree on savings and just say, forget about it, I'm going to go ahead and spend. Lauren, what was interesting as well is the fact that, believe it or not, still 28% of people out there still haven't paid off last holiday's credit card bill yet. So yeah, spending and retail can get a little out of control.
Yeah, and I mean, well, when you speak about the generational aspect of that, why do you think that is? I mean, what is it about the younger generations? Is it more of that feeling? I mean, and I'll throw in student loans into that as well, or what's the deal? Why don't we see it across generations?
I don't know. I mean, I think we do see it somewhat between generations. There's always been that concept out there that, again, retail therapy. I've got to go out and I've got to buy something to make myself feel better, whatever it may be. Anxiety about elections to me is that's a new excuse. I've heard other ones in the past, but I think many people always look for an excuse to go out and spend money, just as sometimes people make an excuse to go out and have a good time and party and, and go out to dinner. So it's similar types of things.
All right, Chris, so how do you course correct on something like this? You feel the urge, you're like, I feel like I'm going to doom spend, I'm going to go and grab the dinner or whatever. How do you combat that?
Listen, I think everybody's got to budget themselves down and live within parameters. I know sometimes things seem tough out there, and I know you're looking at the future saying, how am I going to ever afford that house? Oh, I don't like this person that got elected. No, again, you're living in a microcosm at that period of time. If you watch your money grow, you put money away, and you see that compounding over time, you are going to do well, and you're going to be able to build wealth for yourself over time. You do not want to get yourself into debt. You don't want to be paying high interest on credit cards for stuff. It makes no sense whatsoever, especially stuff you do not really need.
Well, and as you mentioned, that statistic, I think you said 28% of folks still haven't paid off their credit card debt from the last holiday season. And of course, we know we're entering into this holiday season, and it's top of mind for folks. Any recommendation or tips for them as the holidays approach, and usually there's that pressure to purchase?
It's that hangover, Lauren, that many people get into. They want to buy people things, and you care about others. But, again, I want to sound overly philosophical here, but people who you care about, people are going to care about you as well. They're not going to want you to go into debt for stuff during the holidays. The most important thing we have in this world is time, and time that we're going to be able to spend with our loved ones. And you're going to be able to do more of that if you're not chasing your tail all the time and chasing your bills.
Chris Markowski, host of the Watchdog on Wall Street radio show. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.